It feels like I'm starting over even after already writing over 1,000 songs. So I've been doing music or writing songs and performing them and made the decision to try to do music as a career out of passion over 10 years ago. And for most of that, I went through cycles of just writing lots of songs, going out there and performing it, and then coming back and realizing where and why those songs weren't working. And even though I was really passionate and I love the music, like I felt something. It was like I was never a good singer and really talented at anything specifically. But I kept writing and going through these cycles where I would just basically write a whole bunch of songs, think this is it, and then it doesn't work out. And then I basically start over, try a different angle or try something new, but always just go back to writing fresh, new songs. And so here I am 10 years later, and not only just like these cycles of writing songs, but also just quitting my jobs and really taking the risk and leap of faith to make music work. And each time I learned something. Also, I would say it was not a smart decision, and it was all just like passion and a leap of faith, and it caused a lot of consequences and pain inside my life, which now looking back, I would have definitely done it differently. But making those choices has made me into the person I am today. Whenever I try to hitchhike to New York in the winter to for a Kickstarter campaign to do music for a living, and also other times I was homeless and I was street performing like 8 hours a day, and just putting in hours. And then other times I was just putting in like full-time hours into content creation and trying a whole bunch of different angles. And I had a channel before this one for like 5 years, so I've been on YouTube for like 10 years or more. But each time I would put the work in, have a whole bunch of content and stuff to show for it, and go out and perform a lot. But I'd always end up at the end having to go back to a day job or homeless or just facing the consequences of taking that leap too soon. But here I am, over 1,000 songs easily. I've written only like 200 or so are on Spotify, not even 200, almost 200. But through the years, I have thousands of recordings of a bunch of different like jams and sessions where I was trying to write a song, and a lot of unfinished songs too. But usually I would pick out my strongest songs and then create them. But sometimes I'm looking back through my recordings, like recording number 800 from an old phone, and I'm like, wait, this song actually kind of hits and it sounds different. I should have done something with that. And then I write a song out of it like 10 years later. That's why I always record everything and try to save it, especially the stuff that I like. I don't know, I feel like it's worth saving. But here I am, thousands, maybe 1,000 songs. Kitty, don't run into the tripod, meow. About 1,000, Kitty. And I feel like I'm starting over because, I just reduced my hours at my day job. So I'm trying something new. I'm not completely quitting my day job. I'm keeping the hours. I'm still going to be making all the money I need for the expenses I have. And I started doing DoorDash again, which I've done before, but I've never DoorDashed, kept my day job, and worked on music the way I am now. And I've built up a lot of opportunities. I've been playing at many different vegan events and vegan businesses. Kitty. Oh. I know. You're a cat. And so I've been playing at these places for years and just like building that presence and meeting people and stuff. And so I'm in a position now where I'm in a new phase, a new step of what I've been working on for the past 10 years. So, but I'm starting over in the sense of now it's time for me to actually go out there and talk to the people and start building this up. Now that I've been out there and I've been performing and some people know me, it makes more sense to reach out to the owners and people and get paid gigs and just actually show up to vegan restaurants and street perform out them, like busk, on a weekly basis and build relationships. And as far as music, I'm taking a lot of my older songs that I've already written and just kind of redoing them. Better vocals and lyrics, just like naturally trying to grow out of, not really grow out of anything, but grow into a fuller version of the artist I am and the music that I create, and just get better at what I do. And so feels like starting fresh and starting over, because I'm writing new songs, I'm redoing a lot of my songs, and I have the clearest perspective and trajectory of where I'm going and what I'm going to do with this and what I need to do. And it's like, with all that clarity, now I can see like past the horizon. There's a whole field of opportunity, and there's so much to do. Like, I feel like I'm just starting over on level 1 of actually getting into music, knowing what it's going to take for me to do this full time, but actually make music that impacts people, that inspires them, that connects them to the art and the vision and the feeling that I have whenever I perform it. Woo! And so, yeah, I might have already put in like a decade into this and trying things, and just really generally writing a lot of music, being there performing and building how I'm going to present it on YouTube videos and branding or all that stuff. But my actual art, not end goals, but like the trajectory of where my art is going. I've also created a whole superhero saga as lore to the vegan superhero character I play. So this channel, ZmanTheVegan, my stage persona is a vegan superhero. And now I have like a whole like story and series out, which this just naturally happened from putting in hours and hours of work and trying things and questioning myself in a way to where I'm not overly confident and thinking, because there were points where I was like, maybe if I just write enough songs and then I make good enough songs, and then I got to a point where I did that, I was like, yeah, these are the good enough songs. I just got to keep playing these songs over and over again, then I'll build a fan base, then everything will work out. Eventually, I had to take a hard look at myself and realize that I was not there vocally. The songs and the audio quality and the mixing and even just songs in general were just not to their full potential. There was a lot that I could have worked on that I thought was okay, but it was not past my actual standards of how I feel about my art whenever I gave it this clear look after years and years of going through these cycles. And so I realized that I should take accountability and say, no, these songs are not good enough. What I'm doing, just making videos, or it's not that it's not good enough, it's just it's not gonna blossom the seed that my intention is to water. It's gonna be a lot more hours of not reaching the goal and working at the day job, and just not working smarter but working harder, I guess is a good way to put it. And so I took accountability, and recently this past year, like more than ever, I've been just focusing in on where I can improve, and with the clear perspective of where I'm going. There's a lot to improve. I see like 10, 20 years, 40, 50 years, a lot more where I want to be, or even 1 or 2 years from now. It's a lot more clear. Not that I'm just going to have a concrete, I must do this, but my impact, the like emotion and what I actually want to do that's meaningful about this is more clear than ever. And I know exactly what content to create and what to do, but it hasn't been created yet. It's like I have even more of an idea of what to do than ever, but there's like a even bigger blank palette a blank piece of paper just waiting for me to create. And so that's why it feels like, even though I've been doing this for so long, over 1,000 songs in, like I'm starting fresh, starting over. Not in a bad way, but in a way to where I feel like the canvas has just been laid out and it's time to really start creating and diving in head first. Woo! Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below if you've been in this situation, or you understand or feel what I'm saying. If you want to support what I do, you can go to ZmanTheVegan.net and donate on the website, or go to patreon.com/ZmanTheVegan and be a monthly donator and get special rewards. Also, I'm offering house shows, so I'll come perform at your house. If you live in the USA, United States, then I will come do a house show. And if you live in St. Louis area and Missouri area, I'll do it on a donation base. So you don't, you just pay me as much as you can, but I'll show up. But if you're outside of St. Louis area and Missouri, then we'll come up with some ticket pricing per person so I can get there. So, yeah, thank you for watching. For the animals, woo!